What's the most heartless thing parents told you to do, but you didn't listen? My 8-year-old brother Liam whimpered as he walked into the kitchen, his arms wrapped around his stomach. My parents ignored him, grabbing their coffee and car keys. Mom, something's wrong with Liam. She whipped her head around and rolled her eyes. Stop trying to come up with excuses not to go to school. If you miss class again, I swear, we're sending you to military school next. I watched Liam crouch against the floor beside his book bag, his face breaking out in cold sweat while he cried, asking to stay home from school today. Dad, look, he can't even stand up straight. Dad slammed his briefcase shut. See? This is what happens when you skip all the time. Now he thinks he can too. Mom grabbed my shoulders and pushed me toward the door. But look at his face. Get your backpack now. Another word, and I'm calling military school today. Liam trembled, whispering, Mommy, my stomach really hurts. Mom pinched the bridge of her nose. Liam, stop copying your brother and get ready for the bus. Here, she said, stuffing a box of cough syrup into his bag. Just give this to your teacher and take meds there. Now hurry up, kids. Your mommy and daddy are very busy at work today. They pushed us both out the front door with our backpacks. Liam could barely walk to the bus stop, using the stop sign to hold himself up. The other kids kept backing away from him, staring like he was a monster from a children's book. The elementary school bus pulled up first. Liam tried to climb the first step, but his legs gave out. He grabbed the rail and pulled himself up. The driver leaned forward, eyebrows raised. Is he okay? Liam made it to the second step before dropping to his knees. My stomach, he whispered. Kids on the bus were pressing against the windows, staring. I stood frozen, watching Liam try to crawl up the last step. The driver stood up from her seat. Kid, you sure you okay? The moment I saw my parents' car disappear at the end of the street, I acted. I dropped my bag and ran forward, placing Liam on my back. We forgot our science project, I said, running back towards the house in a hurry. It's gonna be okay, I told him, but at that point, I wasn't sure. His body burned like a furnace and had gone completely limp, his head hanging back over my arm. I turned the doorknob to the house. Locked. Crap. I ran over to the neighbor's house, spamming the doorbell. Mrs. Forrester, it's Chester. Please help, I yelled over and over. Mrs. Forrester opened the door, her eyes wide. She hurried us inside and immediately checked on Liam. Oh my god, how long has he been like this? She checked his vitals before grabbing her car keys. We flew down the streets as I held him. Keep his head upright and keep trying to wake him, okay? Don't worry. At the hospital, the triage nurse took one look and started shouting colored codes. People in scrubs suddenly surrounded us. How long has he had these symptoms? Someone asked. Since this morning. About 3 hours. Where are your parents? I shook my head rapidly. No, please don't call them. They're gonna be so angry. The nurses looked at each other quietly before reassuring me. Sure, kid. Just hang tight while we help your brother, okay? Mrs. Forrester and I sat in the waiting room, talking about what had happened in the morning while we waited for my brother to recover. After about an hour, the surgeon in charge came out, still pulling off his gloves. His appendix burst. Another hour, and he would have gone septic. She sat down next to me, taking in a long sigh of relief. His body was already shutting down. You saved his life, kid. I nodded, but frowned. Yeah, but now I'm in trouble. Mom and Dad's gonna send me to military school. Look, I showed him the text I got from Mom a few minutes ago, yelling at me for skipping school, threatening to send me away. Send him to school? With a burst appendix? She got up and whispered to the nearest nurse. Can we call CPS here? 4 hours later, my parents burst into the hospital screaming, Where is he? Mom ran over and squeezed my arm before flicking my forehead. You stupid boy! I told you to go to school and you disobeyed us! Mom's face was red with rage. Do you have any idea how embarrassing it was to have the school call us at work? The doctor stepped forward. Your son nearly died. His appendix burst. Mom spun around. He was fine this morning. I shook my head. No, he said his stomach hurt at home, and then he passed out near the bus stop when you left. Dad pointed at me. Enough of your lies. You're going to military school. 2 security guards appeared. Behind them was a woman with a CPS badge. We need you both to come with us, she said to my parents. WTF CPS? You've got to be kidding me. Mom turned to the doctor and laughed. Oh, you're so getting sued for this. You hear me? I have a lawyer. The CPS investigator sat down next to me. You're a hero, she said quietly. Your brother's lucky to have you. 3 weeks later, we were living with our grandmother. Liam recovered completely. And my parents? They can only see us with court supervision now.